Hello, good day. This is Cynthia with Faith Outspoken Ministry. Last month, we had our vintage tea party and we made these cute little fascinators for the girls to wear that day. I've had quite a few people ask me how I made the fabric flowers. This is mine. This was my fascinator and I wasn't totally thrilled with it, but I didn't have time to make any changes, so this is the one I wore. And it's so easy to make these fabric roses that I'm almost embarrassed to show, but because I've had a lot of people ask me, I will be showing you that today. And again, it's very easy. You can cut any strip of fabric. This is about a yard long and I usually work with 2-inch wide fabric strands. But because I think it comes out better on camera, I'll be showing you how to make them with this ribbon. It's actually a lot easier if it has wires along the edges, but you can use any fabric again. Okay, so you want to make the center nice and tight for your rose. So you want to fold over a corner and you'll find what works best for you. The point is just to make it a nice tight center. Give it a few turns and then you can put a dab of hot glue in it. Some people stitch it together, but I prefer my handy dandy glue gun. You can actually go a couple of turns before you hot glue again. See, my glue gun is very messy. It's been through a lot of fabric this week. I'm working on some flowers for a friend's baby shower. When you have a nice tight bud, you can begin folding outward and make sure that you're holding on to the bottom part of it. Give it a couple of turns and then you can add another dab of glue. It appears you may be squishing it a little, but it's very forgiving. You can actually fold the petals back as you go along or when you're done. Just make sure you're holding on tight to it, but you are hot gluing so it doesn't come unraveled. Certain fabrics might start losing some strands like this one, especially with the glue gun, which is why this happens, but that's okay. You can trim it later, but depending on the fabric you're using, you might actually like the detail that adds. I left it on some of our flowers because I did like how I made it look. It just added some detail to it. So again, this is about a yard long. It might sound like it's long, but you do go through a lot of fabric when you're making roses. You can even use tulle or sheer fabric to make them, and you will get burned with those especially, but they look very lovely, so it will be completely worth it. And you can use these to make a lot of flower arrangements or fascinators, or add them to your belt, or make them into a pin for your sweater. You can make headbands. That's something I may do actually as another means of fundraising for the ministry, to make headbands, or maybe even some of the fascinators that we made for the tea party. I'm not sure yet. I'll look into it more after our movie night this weekend. Please pray it doesn't rain, because there is rain scheduled, but with God all things are possible. I don't want anyone to have any excuse to not come. I want them to come and have a good time. When your flower gets a little bit bigger, it can get a little bit difficult to hold on to the bottom. So you can actually start holding onto it from the outside. Don't forget the glue. And you turn outward. I know you're seeing the back of it now, but it's kind of hard to work with it backwards. For the sake of time, I'll skip a few dabs of glue and just keep turning. Some of them might look a little bit different than the last ones you've made, but that's okay, because flowers are a little bit different anyway. So once you get towards the end, you can just take it into the back and glue it. You can change the shape of it and adjust a little bit more, especially if it has the wire like this ribbon does. And you can cut a circle, a felt circle, and glue it to the back depending on what it is you're using these flowers for. Since we made them for the fascinator, I didn't add any felt to it. I just hot glued them on a bigger felt that covered the headband for support. And so you can't even tell you can't see the back of it. And I added a few pearl strands and a little bit of tulle on the top. But like I said, you can use these for many different things. Right now I'm working on this pattern for a friend's baby shower who wanted it all to be black and white, but you can use any color. You can use various sizes and of the width and length to make it as big or as small as you want. We use some of them we made out of burlap, or even this different kind of fabric. You can use anything really, and they don't have to be perfect. It gives it a different look to make different kinds, even if they're not perfect. We had a lot of good laughs making different kinds of flowers because some of them were looking kind of funny, but you know, like I said, it adds a different look to it. So however it comes out, I'm sure you can still use it. So you can see how easy it is to make these flowers. It's almost embarrassing to show, but anyway, I hope you put them to good use. Thank you so much. God bless you.